Season's greetings to you from wherever you're watching us. We're still trying to get out of the holiday mood, but it's understandable. Welcome once again to the Thursday edition of the show. I'm Yemi Adebayo.
Yes, it's always great to have you join us again. I'm Tayo Salam. Let's start the show off with a couple of football transfer stories concerning Super Eagles. Okay, former Super Eagles goalkeeper Vincent Enyama. News coming out of France indicates saying basically that Enyama might actually go to Angers. That's another League One side in France, and we'll continue to monitor this situation. The January transfer window is going to open really soon, and if Enyama makes that move, we'll be the first to tell you.
All right, you can expect the calls for his return to get louder by the day if Vincent Enyama gets to make that switch. We keep monitoring that situation. All right, let's travel to England and tell you it's all about the money this morning. Virgil van Dijk becomes the most expensive defender after making a switch from Southampton to Liverpool. We'll be talking about that. Money these days in football. £75 million. That's the money spent to acquire Virgil van Dijk.
Wow, that's a lot of money, 75 million quid. And yeah, it's obscene. A lot of reactions are coming from this one. We will take a look at them thoroughly later on the show. Also, on the show, let's talk about Rafael Nadal. Not good news coming out from the camp of Rafael Nadal because he's pulled out of the Brisbane International Open, and usually when this happens, you start to doubt his fitness. Yeah. And a couple of weeks ago, he pulled out of the Mubadala Championship. Yeah. We thought, okay, yeah, perhaps he's still trying to, get back his rhythm after pulling out of the O2, the ATP World Tour Finals as well. So it looks like Rafael Nadal is not ready to play tennis at the moment, and yeah, it remains to be seen if he's actually fit for the Australian Open. That's where the real issue is now. A lot of doubts starting to creep in. Huge.
Rafael Nadal, for me, is someone who some have called him superhuman. It's not one to... He plays with injuries. He does. A lot of people question why he even came to the ATP World Tour Finals in the first place, and that was the genesis of these problems. He said, "Look, I promised the organizers I was going to show up, even though I knew I was injured. I just tried to power my way through, and this is what is happening." And that's why I said I do agree with you that his season might be in jeopardy because if a 75% fit Rafael Nadal will show up for any tournament. That's how he is. That's how he's wired. He's not the type. I remember his semi-final Grand Slam. He played through the injury barrier, and that cost him the final because he used up his energy. I think against he lost that final to Stanislas Wawrinka, but used up his energy to defeat one of his rivals in the semis. Played, worsened the injury.
Right.
I feel for Nadal. I still feel he has, maybe a year or two left in the tank. But decisions like this will always hinder him.
Yeah, definitely decisions like this will always bring doubt as well too. The first major of the year is upon us already. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see if Nadal is fit to actually play in that tournament. I remember it was in the final last year against eternal rival Roger Federer, and that's the announcement. He made it on social media. Yeah, it's basically just apologizing. I'm sorry, I won't be coming to Brisbane this year. My intention was to play, but I'm still not ready. So it's not as if he's injured. He says, I'm not ready after last year's long season. That was a very long season for Nadal, you have to say. And his late preparation, his late start to preparations as well too. And he went on to add that, okay, because once he pulled out of this, a lot of people started to doubt if he was going to be ready for the Australian Open. But Nadal seems to have, just cast away those doubts, and by saying, I will be seeing my Aussie fans when I land on the 4th in Melbourne and start the preparation for the Australian Open. So that's it.
I do hope all goes well for him, but you can't blame people from this end when they begin to speculate, when people begin to look at... I mean, we saw how he wobbled off the World Cup finals. He could say that he's not injured, but those pictures come to mind. Then, I mean, you could also say maybe he's just trying to make his fans feel that he's okay. We've seen some of these guys. He might even travel to Melbourne and on the eve
decide
and
not
say,
to
look,
play.
I can't play. So he's done well to assure the fans that he will be there. But those fears will still linger on.
Absolutely.
And this is not a guarantee that he's 100%.
No,
it's not.
Not
You
at
know,
all.
nobody takes that and say Nadal is okay. No, because this is the tournament that's meant to prepare you, similar surface, similar everything to prepare you for the main one you're pulling out.
And
you're still saying your preparation is way on track.
No, I mean, from what he's just said, he's going to start his preparations when he gets to Melbourne, and you wonder what shape
he will be then.
You know, for such a major tournament. But we will continue to monitor that particular development from Nadal's camp, if indeed he will be ready to play in Australia. Let's move on quickly. Okay, yeah, we're still talking tennis, but this time, let's talk about former world #1, 12-time Grand Slam champion, Novak Djokovic, another player who's had issues with injuries. Last season wasn't a good one for Djokovic at all. And since that Wimbledon matchup where he actually abandoned his game, we haven't seen him play. That's a long time. And he's on his way back now and is supposed to play at the Mubadala Championship in Abu Dhabi, and not surprised at all, he's come out to say he is actually champing at the beat to play tennis again. He hasn't played for a long time, like I said, and you can understand when a professional, thoroughbred one like Djokovic, stays out of the game for so long. They're always eager to come back, and I'm looking forward to seeing if Djokovic can return, to that form that made him dominate tennis a couple of years ago.
I think you've just said it all. That's what's on the minds of everybody. There's no doubt he'll still be in that top bracket. Whether or not he's going to be dominant, that's what we want to see. I mean, a year or two ago, it was Djokovic and the rest. That was how dominant it was. And a lot of players would rather pray that he doesn't show up for a tournament than even at half-fit Djokovic comes, because that's trouble. But the injuries came, although some will quickly point out to us that before the injuries, there were signs.